Welcome to this video tutorial on best practices for IEC and awareness plans for NAKSHA implementation in Assam. The objective of this tutorial is to explain why information, education, and communication, commonly known as IEC, is critical for the successful implementation of the NAKSHA program.
Let us begin by understanding the present state of land administration in India. Governments today deliver land-related services such as record of rights, property registration, and surveys. At the same time, citizens expect accuracy, transparency, timely service, and fairness. The gap between what governments deliver and what citizens expect is extremely important because it directly affects public trust in government institutions. Research clearly shows that citizen trust is a key pillar of sustainable land administration.
Trust and trustworthiness play a crucial role in service delivery. Trust depends on the beliefs of citizens, such as reliability, integrity, confidence, and motivation of the government. Trustworthiness, on the other hand, depends on the qualities of government institutions: honesty, dependability, consistency, and ethical conduct. In land administration, where property rights and livelihoods are involved, trust becomes absolutely essential.
It is important to differentiate between lack of trust and distrust. A lack of trust means citizens are unsure or unconvinced about reliability or motivation, but they do not necessarily fear harm. Distrust, however, exists when citizens believe there may be dishonesty, inconsistency, or even intentional harm. Interestingly, people can trust and distrust the same government agency at the same time, depending on which aspect of performance they are evaluating. This is why clear communication and transparency are vital. Now, let us look at the core problems that NAKSHA aims to address. First, many cadastral maps were prepared during the resettlement period in the 1960s. These maps often do not match current ground realities. Second, land records, property records, record of rights, and registration deeds exist in separate systems and are not integrated. Therefore, there is a strong need for a unified GIS-based platform that integrates all land and property-related data and eliminates departmental silos.
This slide shows the geographical coverage of the NAKSHA program in Assam. The map highlights the districts and urban local bodies where NAKSHA is currently being implemented. These areas are marked in yellow, indicating active intervention zones under the program. In total, 10 urban local bodies across multiple districts are covered under this phase of NAKSHA, with a combined population of over 4.4 lakh citizens and a total area of approximately 75 square kilometers. This targeted coverage allows the government to pilot best practices in urban land surveys, GIS-based mapping, and integrated property records before scaling the program to other urban areas in Assam. By clearly identifying the districts and ULBs involved, this slide also helps citizens and officials understand where NAKSHA activities such as aerial surveys, ground truthing, and property card issuance will take place.
This slide highlights the key roles of officials in implementing information, education, and communication under the NAKSHA program. The Circle Officer and Land Records Assistant act as the primary link between the government and citizens by explaining the purpose of NAKSHA, the use of documents, the updating of records of rights, and the issuance of property cards, while building trust through direct interaction, landowner identification, and document verification. The Executive Officer manages public awareness at the ward level through advance announcements and local publicity, ensuring that citizens are informed and prepared before survey activities begin. At the district level, the additional district commissioner and district commissioner provide overall leadership by coordinating between the Revenue Department, urban local bodies, and survey teams, ensuring consistent communication, timely decision-making, and smooth implementation of NAKSHA across all stakeholders. This slide explains the importance of information, education, and communication during the aerial survey stage of NAKSHA implementation. Before drone-based surveys begin, it is essential to clearly inform citizens about why drones are being used, what type of data is being collected, and how privacy and security concerns are addressed. Transparent communication helps dispel misconceptions and builds public confidence in the survey process. Effective IEC also plays a key role in preventing objections to drone flying. By informing residents in advance about flight schedules, flying altitude, and legal authorization of drone surveys, authorities can avoid public panic, resistance, or obstruction during operations. Overall, timely and clear IEC ensures smooth execution of aerial surveys while maintaining trust and cooperation from the community. The second step of IEC under the NAKSHA program takes place before the detailed ground survey begins. At this stage, meetings are conducted with key stakeholders, including ward members, municipal commissioners, executive officers, supervisors, surveyors, and the general public. The main objective of these meetings is to sensitize urban citizens about the objectives and benefits of the NAKSHA scheme. These interactions provide a platform to clarify doubts, address concerns, and explain survey procedures, helping to build trust and transparency. By engaging stakeholders in advance, the community is better prepared for active participation and cooperation during the detailed survey, leading to smoother implementation and fewer conflicts or misunderstandings later. This slide explains the third and most critical stage of IEC under the NAKSHA program, which takes place during ground truthing. At this stage, survey teams conduct field verification of property boundaries and ownership details on the ground. Effective IEC is essential to ensure transparency and trust in survey outcomes. By clearly explaining the purpose and process of ground truthing to citizens, officials ensure that field verification is carried out with the knowledge and consent of landowners and residents. This open communication helps citizens understand what is being measured, recorded, and verified. As a result, misunderstandings are minimized, cooperation improves, and the number of grievances, corrections, and legal disputes at later stages is significantly reduced, leading to more accurate and widely accepted land records. Various IEC tools, such as posters, banners, and media coverage, are used to spread awareness. Consistent messaging through multiple channels helps reach a wider audience and reinforces trust. This slide presents the current progress status of the NAKSHA program across selected urban local bodies, ULBs. The table provides a ward-wise and area-wise snapshot of implementation, beginning with the number of DAGs as per records of rights, followed by the total number of wards and total area in square kilometers covered under each ULB. It also indicates the number of survey teams deployed, reflecting the operational capacity on the ground. The right side of the table shows the ground truthing status, including the number of wards completed, the area surveyed, and the percentage of work completed. Several ULBs, such as Mongoldoy, Dekjuli, Sivasagar, Abhayapuri, Hojai, Bongaigaon, and Barpeta Road have achieved 100% ward completion, while others like Nagaon, Nalbari, and Golagat are in advanced stages of completion. Overall, the program covers 155 wards across 10 ULBs, spanning a total area of approximately 74.98 square kilometers. Ground truthing has been completed in 148 wards, covering nearly 56 square kilometers, resulting in an overall progress of about 95% completion. This slide demonstrates the strong implementation momentum of NAKSHA and highlights how systematic planning, IEC, and coordinated field operations contribute to timely and effective execution. This slide explains how the URB Pro property card creates a unified and reliable data framework under the NAKSHA program. Traditionally, land and property information such as plot details, ownership records, building data, and maps existed in separate systems. The URB Pro card brings all this information together into one integrated document. The URB Pro card contains key components, including the ULPIN or plot ID, ward name and number, building details, owner information, ownership and supporting documents, and an overview map. By integrating textual records with spatial data, the card provides a single source of truth for urban property information. This unified framework improves accuracy, transparency, and ease of access for both citizens and government officials. It reduces duplication, minimizes disputes, and supports better service delivery, planning, and decision-making. Overall, the URB Pro card represents a major step toward modern, GIS-based urban land governance under NAKSHA.
This slide explains the pilot training program conducted for land literacy under the NAKSHA initiative. A phase-wise training approach has been planned, with pilot programs successfully conducted in Dhimaji and Tinsukia districts. The objective of these pilot workshops was to assess citizen awareness, training needs, and the effectiveness of capacity-building efforts related to land records and property services. The pilot trainings revealed several important lessons. First, there was a strong need and keen interest among women participants who actively engaged in understanding land rights, land-related terminology, and administrative processes. Second, the workshops highlighted the need for hands-on training, including practical demonstrations, detailed guidelines, standard operating procedures, and training videos to help participants confidently navigate land-related portals and services. Finally, participants suggested exploring the viability of a mobile application, as mobile-based access was seen as more convenient for availing land services. Overall, the pilot training program provided valuable insights that will help strengthen future land literacy initiatives, making them more inclusive, practical, and citizen-friendly under the NAKSHA program.
To conclude, effective IEC is the foundation of successful NAKSH implementation. Transparent communication, citizen engagement, and interdepartmental coordination help build trust, reduce disputes, and ensure sustainable land governance in Assam.